Can you believe it? Richard Chamberlain has been a television star for a quarter of a century. He's also made his mark on stage and in the movies. He's traveled the world and picked up a few awards along the way. But these days, he's taking it easy, casting a look back on his career and an eye towards the future because, as he told Evening Magazine's Marilyn Beck, it's time to change focus.
I'm tired of living out of suitcases, I'm tired of hotels, and I'm tired of restaurant food.
The king of the miniseries says he's been working too hard.
They say my name is Bourne, Jason Bourne.
They? What are you talking about?
My life began a month ago when I was washed up on a beach in the French fishing village of Port-Noir. I have no past, Doctor. No memory of a past. I have no idea who I am, why I'm so good at killing, or who those people are who are trying to kill me.
The Bourne Identity is the two-night TV treatment of Robert Ludlum's bestseller about a man who's being pursued by the world's most lethal assassins. It's the fourth major miniseries with Richard Chamberlain in the lead, like Shogun and the Thornbirds and Wallenberg. This project was shot entirely on location and meant 3 months in Europe for the 52-year-old actor and his co-star, Jacqueline Smith. It always sounds so exciting, all the exotic locations.
Well, it is. It's tremendously exciting, but it's like a wonderful meal that goes on and on and on. And pretty soon you can't eat anymore, no matter how good the food is. I used to love the gypsy life. I loved it for 20 years. But I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little long in the tooth. I just want to slow down a little bit. And I want to do less better. That's my new motto. I want to have less activities and do them with more depth, with more attention, with more care.
Now, Chamberlain is hardly burned out, but he has been working steadily since 1961 when he became the TV heartthrob, Dr. Kildare. He's done some well-received stage work, feature films, TV movies, and the many minis. But Richard admits that some films like King Solomon's Mines and Quatermain were done just for the money.
And I almost always wasn't very good in them. Yeah. Because I found if the material doesn't really interest me on a fairly deep level, I'm not good. And I don't know, well, I know to a certain extent how to make mediocre material better, but some material is just impossible to resurrect. And it's smart not to do things just for the money, if you can help it.
Were you ever in danger of focusing everything on your career?
For most of my life.
What stopped you? What changed?
Well, I think each of us has a kind of wise center or core. And my wise core started going, this isn't it. This isn't what it's all about. And I started feeling a sense of discomfort, of a kind of lack. And I started looking around at my friends and realizing I seldom was on a really intimate basis with them, really warm, really present. Because I always had work in the back of my mind.
What did you start doing?
Oh, I've done all kinds of things. You know, I've done therapy, I've done groups, I've done all kinds of it. In California, there's so much available. And I've done a lot of it. And some of it's been very, very helpful.
Were you ever part of the fast lane?
I've only glimpsed it. I've just I've been to a few pretty wild parties and stuff, but I never was really a part of it. I was always working too hard. I never had enough energy to do both.
Remember when you were making Dr. Kildare, you continued to live in the little two-room place you'd lived in before.
Yeah, it was actually one room. Well, it did have a kitchen. But I loved it, and I was too busy to move, in fact.
Isn't that funny?
And finally, I bought a house in 1965, I think. And I've been doing the series for, 4 years. And my business manager still said, oh, well, I don't know if you can afford it. But I did buy it. Recently sold it for a lot.
Richard's made a lot of smart moves in his career. When it looked like his 1960s image was going to typecast him, he went to Europe and did Shakespeare. When his film career hit a snag, he made Shogun. And now, with the miniseries format on the wane, he struck a deal to follow the Bourne Identity with his own TV series. We could be seeing this star of specials on a more regular basis.
Obviously, Richard will be just as busy as ever, only now he'll be working a little bit closer to home. Right now, he's working on a feature film in which he plays a director having problems with his son, and in the works, a special CBS series in which he once again stars as a doctor.